Ozina sibi ziwe tina sibi kwaze wambona kwaze wabu tina sibi ziwe tina sibi. Do you guys also have that problem of backing yourself up? Greetings over the diaspora. For those that do not speak the languages that we speak down here, welcome back everybody. Those who have been here before and have been journeying with us and engaging with us, thank you so much for the love that you have been showing me. Thank you so much for the questions, for the comments. I still have not received other people who also wanna also educate me. I'm also students of life, so please guys, educating on that branch. But thank you so much for being here. For those who are new here, welcome to the space. We do have a description of what it is we do here. And yesterday I made an announcement that the Monday feature that we do with the true crime reshifted to another platform, True Crime with Stoned Q, so that we keep the energy the same here, because we want to get a lot of spiritual stuff, a lot of social what stuff, So I think I wanted the consistency in that, because Leon's got its own energy, and sometimes once you get energy, after doing true crime, and so I don't want them to coexist. So I'm gonna be migrating those episodes that we did have here to the new platform. But thank you so much for the love, everybody, because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to get to the moon. I'm in that mood today. But thank you so much for tuning in. We are doing another episode on the season of Asar. I've just been going through a very tough week, but here I am, I rise, I'm showing up, and I hope I hope the season has been kind to you guys. For me, it did start off so beautifully, but and a lot of things happened, and so currently but I am showing up. But it's also something I'm appreciating, because I was able to also look into redo shadow work. So it's like in healing a lifetime, but I'm able to tap into myself as well. I'll share a little interesting thing, but I'm waiting for a friend of mine. I hope she will agree to pop through today. But we wanted to do a mental health episode, being it mental health month as much as it is a Pride Month in South Africa. It is also mental health awareness month, and she, for me in my current world, expecting I know she wouldn't want to wear the title, but it is somebody who has also helped me. We met kanako and it's been rather she's been rather a blessing for me in my life. So I'm hoping she will pop up at later an episode with me, just to help, maybe if you heard from a different mouthpiece, because I know some people it's been a tough season. But remember the saying that I said on the Friday episode, in Asar, in death I'm Asar, and in life I'm Asar. So that cyclical life where we're gonna go through the bad and the good in life, whatever you want to term as the bad and good, but they still, as long as that vitality or that hope in you is still alive, please let's try push through. And I think try to elevate to a higher self, and have a sense of being or sense of belonging, whatever it is that you're struggling with. I have connects, guys, whatever it is you struggling with in the healing space, like referral, it's just a pity some of them I cannot have them here, so that there's a global message for all of us. But please go by those things. Somebody did share a very interesting dream with me today, and also my dreams this season have just also been very interesting. But those who wanna reach out to me to talk to a perfect stranger, again, a perfect stranger, I'm very kind. So I know people who say that they are what, but this is me affirming myself. This is me saying what bona lucky. I'm I'm a list. If you just want somebody to listen, if you want help with a specific thing, please do holler. If you want a connect or something, please do holler. Like, you know, be connect to everything. Let's say illegal sometimes, you know, let's go. Serious. But yes, and thank you for those that say my hair looks nice. Thank you so much. I do love my hair. It took me a long time to love my hair. I had to complain, oh, yo, Afro management, the Afro. But anyway, I digress, commanders. Today is another episode, yeah, Asar, and today it's a work at the car and the bar aspect of Asar. But when I was going, preparing for this episode, then I went like deeper and deeper, a little bit deeper. And today we're gonna touch a little bit on the night, but we'll specifically focus on these two yakale bar. Remember, I did say Hare. Asar, this is the principle that helps us connect, lively death, you know. So death is not necessarily something so dire and whatnot. It's just now you entering another dimension. It's another new beginning, you know. And I'm hoping that we elevate to a level where we're not fearful of death anymore, you know. So today we got the 9 aspects of the soul, you know, what we would consider as the soul, because I think we managed to narrow it down in how we were socialized and how we were conditioned and how we were educated and stuff like that. So no, there's only like 3 or 4 parts to the person, you know, but within that soul itself, even though things will interlink, remember that's the thing I said, Hare, I am one and one is me. So the different parts make the whole, but the whole is the one. Water, a drop of water is water. Like hopola concept for those who are not here for that. The episodes like my old stuff. If you wanna get a feel of what it is we do here, and also to see, I think I have grown, and thank you so much. Now the confusing so much, and for trusting me. Actually, you know, even though I still advise, can we take everything that we discuss here with a pinch of salt, because I am a person who believes in the plethora of life, the plethora of thinking, the plethora, and at times some things will only link with you at a specific point and not necessarily then, but everything that does happen to you is what you need at that time, you know, even though maybe at that time it will be a repetitive thing. Like I was saying earlier on in Hakekala, the episode, it's a time for me also to process a lot of reflections, you know, for me to be able to go and live in my newness, you know. So I bumped into a diary of mine near 2005. But I'm appreciating that I'm actually a writer, you know. I'm gonna be a writer more. I'm writing like proper stuff, but I'm appreciating that I'm a writer because I was able to reflect and I was able to pick up a pattern of mine, you know, which links to, there's an episode I recorded Saturday, a funeral. So yes, I'm going in guys, you know, but I'm showing up, so high five to me. So with that though, it was around the concept of forgiveness, but I think I want to build up on that episode, because for me, Kiboni, how it's been a struggle with me from 2005, which is what, 18 years now, 18 years where I'm struggling to forgive myself, and in me not forgiving myself, I'm repeating patterns, you know, me. But this is all, yeah, it's very interesting. I think I unpacked it. I uploaded a Friday episode, recording, but yeah, I think a Friday, yeah, I think it is uploaded. It's just chilling. It's waiting for ta-da! But yeah, I wanted, and also how, like, I'm speaking to my friends right now, because I also put a status updates on my WhatsApp. Like, can somebody teach me the concept of forgiveness? So also those who are still here also have sources. I still want to build up on that. Like, I'm discovering a lot of things. I'm discovering a lot of niceness, a lot of healing potential for that. You know, imagine I've been caged in patterns, specifically like 2 patterns that I picked up, 2 or 3 patterns that I picked up. Yo, I've been stuck here. I've been stuck, you know. So it's not just the inner child healing, but it stems from all of that, you know. Mara. Oh, I'm so excited about our space, guys. Thank so much for the love and being so patient with me as we're building up, and being so patient with me whenever I'm talking about 1,000 things at the same time. Mara, let's bring it back home and enter what we are doing here. Ding, 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 ding. So yes, so today I want us to unpack the 9 parts of the soul, you know. So like I was saying, Hare, it's not just mind, body, soul, spirit, and whatever definitions we have. So there's other we can unpack it even some more. So as I was researching, then I discovered Hare in ancient texts, and you know how I always want to mirror it in current day Africa. So in ancient day texts, the ancients used to revere 9 parts of the, let's say, the spiritual being, the 9 parts of the soul. Yes, 9 parts of the soul. So soul you, and about 9 parts. So there's the Ba and the Ka, and I said I want us to talk about it because it does link to Asar, because Asar, remember we said the concept that helps us understand Hare in life, like deathly life is basically the same thing. You know how when he was in confinement, when he was in hibernation, he was able to also operate as god of the underworld, not god of death. Remember, god of death ki Anpu. Season BC, for those who are familiar with Greek mythology, but he was the god of the underworld, and he was still able to perform the duties in the underworld. He's the one more scale of my art. He's the one that after he's the one that's able to say what reincarnate or whatever it is that happens to your soul. So death is another dimension. It should not be something that is feared. With from this realm, but let's talk about interesting things now. So I want us to start with the first one. So I'm going to name them all. I'm going to just read them because they're ancient words that are not living on my tongue. So we have part 1, which not part, then it's not a hierarchy, but how we're going to discuss it now. So we have the cut kimzimba, your body, this nyomi. This is the cut. We have the ka. We have the ka. We have the ba. We have the shadow self. We have the shadow self. What is the ancient word they use? The shuyet. And then we have the spirit double. We have the body double. We have the heart. We have the spirit. Yes, we have the spirit, and then we also have the red, which translated means your sacred name, right? So the cut part of it. So cut basically the Mzimba ya rona. I know, like, you joke around and say cut or fresh, you know. But I think most of us do come from like a religious background, or we elevating to our spiritual selves. If you were lucky enough to not be colonized in the way that we were, but if you are somebody or maybe grounded in themselves, but basically, you know, and have been working on self, you know, for how it's always advised how we take care of this body, you know. But this would manifest if you look at the ancient Egyptians, they would make this principle live by the whole concept of mummification, you know, how the body would still be preserved. Current day here, how you go living la gago, they still got moshari besides your family coming pizza. Yeah, I think that's something that's gonna unalive me so much. So her family la gago is like pizza, and the day before the funeral, and the people that work there got the morgue, about clean up or babang bahu makeup and stuff like that, you know. So I know, like, in a lot of black families, or in my family, I know there's certain rituals that are still done, especially maybe if I go or anything, like we go and collect your spirit, but I get together. So I'm gonna ask people who have done this, people who are experts, blind, but you know, can they share this knowledge for us? Because these are things that, you know what, we should have been taught a lot of things, and we were not taught a lot of things, you know. But anyway, before my lamentation, so the cut is this body. This is the sacred body. This is the this is the encasement that protects and embodies the soul more, the covering, I guess, yeah, the soul, while it is on this planet right now, you know. So that is why also Barona spoke about the nude people, how they like, you know, standing out and looking good and stuff. So this is also part of that sacredness, yeah, thing, you know what, the body, that's how important it is. Before funeral, how boxing they still would nice, because this is now from the ancient texts, how with, let's say, the Egyptians, so they would mummify and want to preserve this body because isadira liboti right. So that is cut, that is your body, that the encasement of your soul, basically. All right, so that is the soul, that is the flesh part of part of the soul. Then we go to the ka. So ka, if we do like a I know you've seen people recruitana sometimes. So now I don't. I'm such a weirdo and I love it. So I don't greet people ka di handshake unless ke master or unless ka that moment but I don't greet people ka handshake. So I'd rather ka. And for me, it's always been my spirit recognizes your spirit. You know how you see in the way we greet each other as well. Dumelang, sanbonani. Namaste, Torosa, my spirit recognizes your spirit, my spirit respects your spirit. And this is something now I consciously do, like even when I'm going for a run, you know, when I'm onto the Uduti, like Kamufrunta spiritai, you know, I'd either say Torosa or whatever word I use, you know, like about Mvelinqangi inside, but I'm greeting not just you, the physical part, but I'm greeting also the soul part of you. So that is this is now the part of your soul that animates this cut that animates. So this is the vital force, this is the essence, the energy. So what gives life to you? So this is the part of yourself, being your spirit. So if you've seen also in ancient texts, there's other pictures where they show the sign A now, but go deeper into it. Remember, it's a research versus research that consciously says. And then we get to the bar part of it. I'm hoping, guys, it's got more than 10 minutes in it. But now we get to the bar part of it. So bar, this would be represented now in ancient texts as a bird with a human head. So this human head for everybody, it's about what looks like you, right? The face part, it's about that represents you basically. But this is the part of the soul now that is able to transcend from the physical to the afterlife, you know. And when we're reading about Asar, then this is where this concept comes into play now, where now for the tomb Asar, there would be like a bird with a human head, body, bird, and then so what the living do, so this is that concept that connects the living and the ones who are in the afterlife. We don't say about it because life is continuous. The end, you know, life is energy. We spoke about this energy concept our beginning episodes where I was trying to bring you guys on board, guys, the language of God, you know. So energy cannot be destroyed, cannot be created, you know, so which will help us also wrap up this whole concept around when you are trying to figure out life is okay, what was the beginning of that. So energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. So the ga part of it, the ba part of it, this is now what connects the dead with the living. So that is why for the tomb they would bring like grain, offerings. It's not just the passing there, but we actually go the tomb. So there's actually a period where this happened. So remember, I did say we now want to speak about Asar, about Sokar, which is Asar in hibernation, when about the perfect black God, right? And this is when we know Kanako said, but this is when a lot of people. Some things like radiator, but I don't understand why radiator. This would be a time when some people buy a of the departed ones, and with some people, right? And this is where we are giving the offering. So they're not gonna physically come and you know, but this is the sustenance from the energy source. So that is why intention is also very important behind whatever deed that you do, you know. So dinka, the life source from the fruits, from the veggies that you put there, from the mabeles that you put there, not Zulu Zungunis, not mabele, that you put there, mabele, I think amabele, yeah, hey, pronunciation, yasibantu, hey, so, but this is now, where was I? Yes, so the bar bird would be like in text or in whatever it is, when we're trying to unpack this part of the soul. So this one is able to transcend from the tomb, so from where your body, where your cat is placed, for the afterlife, connect messages from the afterlife. And then when I'm reading up on this, I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is the part of the soul as well that collects dreams, that collects these messages that you get from your people, your ancestors, from that other realm. So you're not move up between a deathly life. And with Asar, this is the concept now that helps to unify the ka part, the ba part of your soul, right? Now let us go to the third part of our 9. Yeah, so the pushy guys. So we have the Shiyet, which is the shadow self, right? So the shadow self, the languages that we speak here, and this would be you now being described for your presence. Your presence is known. So this is the part of yourself. With other scholars, they would describe it as the spiritual representation of yourself, this one that's able to. So this is, even though immoralming ena, but this is now representation of copy paste spiritual self. So so that presence, this is the self that protects you from either danger. This is the thing that protects you even from Hare blind. You just have this presence, or people are just drawn to you, or uyasabisa kind of thing. So this is the Shiyet part of self. This is the shadow part of self. Even though we do speak shadow self in a negative, but it's not necessarily negative all the time. Like I'm saying right now with the work that I'm doing, this is me now being able to tap and fetch that part of myself, comfort or whatever it is, heal that part of self. So this is part of the soul as well, the shadow self, right? And then we have your body double, your spirit double. Yeah. So body double, that is why it's a controversial one that I'm about to say right now. And I think other scholars who know a lot, so that is why I used to be very pro cremation up until now. I think maybe elevator in level yeah, my consciousness, my God self, me reaching and rising to my higher self. Where why I don't think I'd want my body to be burnt, because now Hare or Hare when you go to the grave sites and whatnot, right? This is melanin as well. Ne? So the melanin still stays alive or your bones once the part of yourself has left the cuts and the body. Simplified. Once your spirit has left, once your soul has left your body. So we are able to now go. That's why so we are speaking to that melanin that's still living. We're speaking to this body double, even though it will decompose, but there is a body double. That is why at times, that is why I think now I have a lot of doppelgangers. I have a lot of people that look like me, and Baba I agree, Baba I don't agree. But I used to say, I hope my father doesn't bump into such. But I used to say, yo, my father must have been a whore. Like every time somebody bumps into me and says, yo, you look like Mang Mang. So everywhere I go, I look like Mang Mang. I remind somebody of Mang Mang, and I'll be like, no, my father's a whore. So there's probably a whole lot of us, but no, it's not a whole lot of us. Rebangata with different mothers, but it's not a whole lot of us. Like, hey, according to what we know right now, but it's not that. So this is now where people body dark ads, so the body can die, but the body can still be used. So this is part of the soul body double, and then the spirit double. So what transcends. So to the afterlife. How Asar could represent themselves. This is also unification body double, spirit double combined. I know some things do sound the same, but for the little distinctions of this, the body, spirit, double, body double, the spirit double, the spirit double. And in ancient texts, we call it the shechem, which is the spirit part, and then we call it the sahu, which is the body part, your body double. And yeah, re sa plomile ba fetsa ke re so tsamaya a so bofe le zolo ke kopa re plomeng re sa tlo bofang le disolo le ska vayang re sa tlo bofang le disolo re qoqeng hantle dikgang tsena, because wow, I really love this content. It's very, yeah, when I received it from 2004, even 19 years ago, yeah, I was not ready. I was really not ready, and right now I feel like I am ready, and I hope it will be enlightenment for somebody else, right? And then, so that is the other parts we spoke about, and then we want to go to the hot part. So the hot part, there's a lot of text and there's a lot of things that we say. That's not why we say such things, but you know how they say Hare, the emotions and the intellect will come from not the intellect, the emotions will come from the heart, the words come from the heart, kind of thing, right? So this is part of Solagago, where we link it also back to Ma'at Warona, how, you know, the concept of Ma'at, how your heart is weighed against the feather, right? So your heart, this is where your emotions come from, this is where your intellect comes from. So that is why very other scholars would say Hore, but we live from our heart, you know, like that is why also some people have died from heartbreak, you know, because now like a part of your soul is dying, the ninth part of the soul is dying, and some people are physically like, you know, because if there's no essence and there's no emotions, there's no intellect, there's no, you know, I've got decipher, because also remember how the chakra points, you know. But yeah, we will also give our own little spin off, and babaling some more. Also, I'm hoping Neo will come here one day. But yes, I'll make these in a separate episode, motivating the announcements for things that are coming. And then so that is the heart part of your soul, and you know, go the scale of Ma'at. If your heart is heavier than the feather, so how be like you when I vibrator low, you always talking about people, you're doing the most horrible things, like someone gets hurt, guys. And I implore everybody, again, I think maybe I should say it in every episode, let us do the work, let us do the healing work, you know. So also expand that and tap into the kind of dreams that my new friend who found me on Instagram has been telling me about, you know. They're seeing like other dimensions, you know, like Bob Credo kind of dreams, kind of craziness, yeah, where like you're flying on dragons, guys. Healing imonati, guys. And then we have another favorite of mine, so it's called the Ren in ancient texts, REM, but Hare Krisa in present day and how we understand it, his sacred name Yahahu. And why it's my favorite. So, but we're gonna speak more expansively on this at the season of Ausar. So this is a name now that is given to you from a spiritual aspect. So in ancient Africa, or in ancient times, even the generations that we have seen, Rona, that are still alive right now, that we've seen right now, there's a whole ceremony, or there's a whole practice into naming one. You know, that is why you know, and we would see it replicated in the Tohoza Gogo space or the Makosi space. Hey, I'm sure y'all and I like me every time kill referral as what Tohoza Lolotene. But in the Tohoza Gogo space, how there's a process called a Hofemba, or who, like before Kanali Feshong, right, where they evoke the spirits Hore. Okay, Kilibito Lefe, right? So this is the same concept. I'm just marrying everything. But before you come onto this planet, onto this realm, there's a spiritual name that you're given. There's a spiritual name that is invoked also by the wise ones. Hase Olimon, Haso Wana Ona also. So that is why there's a favorite episode. I think when you go onto my channel, there's that African names are affirmations. Please go check out that video as well. Also, I'm popping my hair, my beautiful hair. But yeah, so which shows how important actually naming is. And Waikiri is a sacred name. So this would be a name now. Eroho imbokangayona. You know, because that thing, Revo Voroso, Revo, yeah, some people like I think growing up, a lot of people call me Mo Girl for the longest, you know, but it's not Mo Girl from my birth name. It is Mo Girl. This is the name my father gave me. But once roller something, crash or something, or it got away. I'm also maybe on Saturdays when we're a bit chilled, recording about often joined recording about my spiritual journey, because I know it's something that maybe I hadn't shared a lot. But there's a thing that I also want to do that I've been wanting to do for I think 4 years now, where now I'm fetching myself, you know, I'm fetching myself. So there's a sacred name, and why did we or say it? So mewa how, or the elders, the feminine that's involved in the birthing process, you know, the midwives in ancient times would have a secret name for you. So Hare ho invoca. So le Hare go mabiteng ao. We call you by that sacred name. How this is the sacred name that Oset called Asar kayona while he was in the tomb. Haselina koya resurrection. Hasebamo remember, know that self to self. When we put everything of yours together, we are remembering you. We are making you whole again. And after that, then with invocations and sacred spells and words that are spoken that were able to invoke, because or said to be that secret name I feeling Asar, right? So that is also a part of your spirit. That is why other people can also invoke you. So a very interesting episode. This is a podcast I like, so this is free advertising. It's called Munchies and Thoughts. Yeah, so they have this guy at the same time. He's called Gogo Tabulu Valo. So he was speaking how I think the episode I forgot what that episode was, but go check out the channel. It's a very interesting and very thought-provoking. But also the host is queer, so that is why also yeah. So now about how it gets so dangerous actually. Hare our names, for the tombstone, you know, because most dark eyes can literally come back invoke that name. So now let's fika ko tumnyaka le reto vito okay niko. I don't know, but yeah, I have a sacred name that my mother calls me, you know, and I see the Sereto Saka, but Lika Sereto, why we have clan names. This is us now invoking that spirit, that part of your soul. Rahu invoke, Rahu biza now. We're keeping you alive. And in ancient texts, there's something I like very much, and I've carried for I think the past 3-4 years, where it says, when you say my name, you keep me alive, you know. So that is why I'm so conscious of going to where my ancients are, you know. So my immediate people, on my maternal side, Limpopo. So my grandparents are from Limpopo, even though my parents and everybody more concentration camp, but my grandparents were from there, even though they built a life here. But I remember when they were retiring, they wanted to build a home Gagwa, which is how they also bury Gagwa. So I'm making it now a priority. I go kilo invoke those people, not invoke, but I go also give reverence, also to show Hore, you know, it's Nisase Chovicho with me, kilo it's my offerings and stuff like that. There's something that I missed, man, I forgot. But yeah, we covered the special name. Then the last part that we're gonna be speaking about also it's a man spirit. Yeah, so on tombstone, so they can literally call you Horolo Bamkovu by you Horo Oki Sipo Hakumete kind of thing. Sipo Kumete, this is it. So that is why it was so important that your mom has a sacred name for you. Horabona Haseko invoke or whatever Hasan Pizza then I know good. I no. Sexually magic. And then the final part that I want us to speak about is the spirit part of self. This is now what we say when we refer to ourselves. I'm a god, I'm this, I'm that. So this is the Heru self, the ascension part of self, where we try to rise up to Yona. This is our conscious self, where it has the thoughts, it has the yeah, but this is a higher dimension, higher consciousness, higher dimension. This is this part of the spirit. This is the part of the spirit that is close to divinity. This is the neta part of ourselves. This is why we refer to ourselves, those who are still in this text, yeah, the African calendar, why I would refer to myself as kinageb kind of thing, you know. This is me relating and connecting to divinity. This is me connecting to the cosmos. This is me literally practicing as above and so is below. So that is all I have. I hope this was really informative, even though it is a little bit confusing. But this is, I hope it will resonate. Go watch it over and over again just to make sense of it. Maraya. So next time you do or a short koko, also remember, no, this is me now also saying to their people. This is me recognizing their spirits. And I think maybe regaya a bit far, you know, when we respect each other on a spiritual space, you know. And I think a part of the healing space that I'm in right now, Hare, I think if I can revere somebody as spirit first versus motu owner, because familiarity does breed contempt, you know, especially like together, finally like a level of disrespect and a little creeper in at times, you know. But that is all I have today with our green god, and why people would put grains go to Munya Asar, why this bird would magically appear, you know, this bird that can transcend from the living to the afterlife between the ancients. So that is why I also lay ancestral practice, even though I really unpack understanding handle, but that is why that is why we invoke their names. Or did I say the ancient text for you keep me alive? Oh, not the text. You keep me alive when you say my name, please. I did say. But yeah, so that is why Hare. Yeah, I say demon worship. We're not literally worshiping these people, but in text, also in this book that I read often, my little Bible, Sacred Magic of Ancient Egypt, this also, this concept, yeah, Asar, and with the Ba element to it, the Ba Levaka, and how the Ba and the Ga will reunite. This is now showing that you can receive assistance. You can receive assistance from the dead, from the people from the afterlife, those who are connected with you in the afterlife. That is why Refai be offering so that they can get that nourishment. So the living can receive assistance from the entities in the afterlife, and the entities in the afterlife have an influence on the living. Yes, that is the one thing I thought I had forgotten, and I'm so proud of myself. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and showing me your love. And so much, and those who have found me by mistake, and those who have just landed up here. We just don't do such on this space, but the umbrella thing, spirituality. Please go check out the other new channel for the True Crime Junkies, True Crime with Stones Q. Please do subscribe. I'm migrating episodes. And then yeah, it gets an announcement video. I might get the announcement tomorrow, but I'm looking forward to there's Boko Mama Bolo. I'm so excited. We have not finalized everything, but yeah, she's willing, she's open to have conversations with me, because remember I said Gastrage, like I'm always exposed to the Nguni side of life. I do not know my Siswoto part of life, and she unpacks it. Please go find her on TikTok. She does. Yeah, she does. She's doing amazing work. Even though she is primarily based more Gauteng, but yeah, with a whole lot of awakening in Limpopo, because yeah, born even in my own family, what's about colonization, le chokehold, this choke slam, sa religion, but thank you so much. Happy today, Uncle Ma'at. Happy end of Asar. And yeah, I wrap up Asaka, a little episode. I know we did not go into the nitty-gritties of things, but yeah, just remember that green is a good color. Just remember that. All right, happy today, Uncle Ma'at.